The aim of this documentary is to spread awareness about celiac disease. First of all, let's take a look at what celiac disease is. It is a digestive condition where the small intestine becomes inflamed and unable to absorb nutrients. There is no cure for celiac disease, so switching to a gluten-free diet should avoid any long-term consequences and keep the symptoms at bay. 1 in 100 people have celiac disease, with only 24% of people being clinically diagnosed. The average time taken for diagnosis of the disease from the start of the symptoms is 13 years. So, what is gluten? Gluten is a protein found in the grains wheat, rye and barley. People with celiac disease can also be sensitive to oats. Some of the common foods that gluten may be found in are things such as breads, pasta, cereal, cakes and biscuits.
My name is Faiza and I am... Can I say that I'm your sister?
Yeah.
I'm Faris's sister, so yeah.
Okay. So the documentary is about celiac disease. How old were you when you were first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed in 2009, so I was 11 years old, and I've had it for about 8 years now.
Okay. So being celiac, what was the most difficult thing to give up or replace?
Because I was quite young, I felt like it was really hard. I mean, when you're young, you don't really think about the consequences of eating gluten-free stuff, like gluten stuff. But I'd have to say one of the hardest things was breads, because the taste was quite different from non-gluten-free bread.
Okay, that was actually my next question, like the taste difference. So with the taste difference, is there anything that you still miss from non-gluten-free, or are the gluten-free alternatives like satisfactory and up to standards?
Well, I would say that quite a few years ago the taste was absolutely disgusting. I used to hate eating gluten-free food just because it was disgusting. But I actually feel like it's really improved. Maybe it's just because I've become accustomed to it. Like, I haven't had gluten for a long time, so it could just be because I'm so used to it now I don't taste the difference.
Cool. And what about like guilty pleasures? Is there any times where you'll still eat foods that contain gluten, or is gluten-free foods fulfilling?
There was a time when I would eat gluten stuff, like sometimes, a slice of birthday cake or a slice of pizza, but now just because the consequences are just too much, I do not eat any more gluten anymore.
Okay, just quick throw in a question here. What about when you go out places to eat? Do you find that there's enough places that provide a gluten-free alternative?
I would say in the last few years there has been a lot more businesses and food places offering gluten-free alternatives, which makes it much more easier and also enjoyable, because part of my social life is going out to eat with my friends. So yeah, that's been a massive improvement in being gluten-free.
And so like recently there's been like a fad or trend where people have been just adopting like vegan lifestyle or gluten-free lifestyle. Do you think that these fads or trends, have impacted the way gluten-free stuff is produced and how it's readily available?
Yeah, I'd say quite a few years ago when I was eating out, there would be literally no place that would offer gluten-free. I think most people hadn't even heard of gluten-free. I remember there was one place, I think it was Pizza Hut, that they would make you gluten-free, but you'd have to bring the pizza base, whereas nowadays just my local Domino's will offer a gluten-free base. It is a bit more expensive, but it just makes it much more enjoyable.
What are you going to show us now?
So this is my gluten-free cupboard. I'm just going to show you some of my stuff. So these are my triple chocolate chip cookies when I am looking for something sweet. And then here we have my Warburton's gluten-free bread. Warburton's is my favourite brand. And lasagna, which is my favourite pasta dish.
Any advice to any other celiacs maybe?
I'd say